What's going on, y'all? It's your favorite fat girl here, Philomophipa, with another ProBLK Live. Tonight's topic is protect your crown and does medicine make it better? So basically, we're gonna be talking about the new crown laws that have been passed and how we feel about it, and our history with medicine, or Black people's history with the medical field. So as always, I'm gonna be joined by my favorite co-host, Brew Girl, and we're gonna get into it. So y'all know the deal. Tune in, DM it to y'all followers. Is that gonna go retarded? Hold up, wait a minute. All right, I fixed it. All right, so I'm adding her now. And
Hello,
then we're gonna talk about.
beautiful.
Oh hey, yo,
How you doing?
I'm out of it. I almost said good morning. How you
I'm
feeling?
crying. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good.
That's
You
good.
got the
Looking good.
bang.
Looking good like always, baby girl.
You know how we do it.
Period.
You got the bang out.
You know.
So tonight's topic is what I write. Protect your crown and does medicine make it better?
Ooh, protect your crown. What's your definition of protecting your crown?
Okay, so as far as what we talking about tonight,
Hmm.
it's just the right to having your texture and not having to adjust to beauty standards.
Right.
What you think?
I agree. I feel like as Black women as a whole, we are set to a different beauty standard. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we wear our natural texture, it's like, oh, you need your hair done. Or that's that nappy shit. You know what I mean? And it caused a lot of women in general as a whole to be insecure about themselves or make them feel like they have to do something to their hair for them to feel pretty when they're naturally beautiful.
Right.
So
Um,
I agree with you
when we
100%.
was doing research, I read that a lot of women get sent home because of their hair. A lot of Black women.
Mm.
Now, I haven't heard about that. It's probably like corporate or in the workplace or whatever. Because they passed
Hmm.
the crown law in like a few states, maybe like 13 or so. But states like, I don't think Texas got it. I know PA don't got it. So we don't have like protection for
Yeah.
stuff like certain styles.
Yeah. I don't think Texas have it. I don't know. I didn't look too deep, but I do feel like Texas should have it because Texas is, even though Texas is a good place for opportunities, Texas is very discriminative, if that's a word. They definitely do
That's like going
discriminate.
to
They definitely do discriminate and make it hard for us. I know that I go through specific things in the workplace. So I feel like Texas is one of the places where we definitely have to make sure that some of these laws get passed. And the Crown Act is definitely something that need to get passed here if it's not passed here.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like in all states, like we should just have that right. Like I feel like people don't understand like when you keeping up with these beauty standards, like getting perms and shit like that, it's
Hmm.
hard to maintain your texture. That's why a lot of Black women we don't see a lot of length. Like we can't retain length. Everybody hair grows, but
Right.
if you're not retaining length, then it's breaking off. Perms and shit, it's hard to maintain length. So I feel like if we allow to live in our natural texture and experience our natural texture and stop trying to cover it up,
Hmm.
a lot of Black women will see progress with hair growth. What you think?
Yes. And I feel like they would have more confidence as well. Like, I don't know, I forgot her Instagram name, but she's a Black woman. She got I don't know if it's her husband or not, but she has a white significant other, and she don't have teeth in the front, and she be wearing, her natural hair.
Oh, I
I
know who
forgot
you
her
talking
name.
about.
Yeah.
I don't know their name either.
She's funny as shit. I like her a lot. And shout out to her. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. But she is really confident in herself, and I love that about her. Like, she was on here, I forgot what page posted her, but they was talking about she was basically saying that people always saying, oh, you need to do something to your hair, or you need to do this and you need to do that. And she was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, this
Mm-hmm.
is me. If you don't like me, then you can log out. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
feel like if we have more people like her, then a lot of us would be more confident, have more confidence in ourselves, especially in the workplace. Did you ever have an experience with people with your hair? Like if they asked to touch your hair or they was like real interested in your hair?
It was always white people.
Yeah.
But that's because my mom used to do like different stuff. Like she used to have me in ponytails and stuff. Like I said, I never experienced my natural hair texture because my mom was taught, perm it out. That's how you keep your hair up.
Right.
So that's what she did to me. So I mean, black girls, they knew it was up when they had the swoops. It was just the white people that got excited. Like, oh, especially when I lived down south, because my mom used to always put like the drawstrings. Back in like the early 2000s, that was the shit.
Yeah.
So she used to do the little drawstring ponytails, and I would have a different one every now and then, and they always would want to touch it. It's so cool. Like I'm just
oh
like,
my God, what do you do to your hair?
yes, like I'm a fifth grader. Like, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's hard for a lot of people to live in that power that the lady had, because her confidence might come from being loved on. And she got that open gap, so he probably in love with the things she could do with that. Right. So when you got that, like when you have people behind you that love you, it's easier to live in who you truly are.
Most
but
definitely.
It's hard for a lot of black women because a lot of us see the beauty standards and we agree with them. A lot of us want to be like that.
Real shit.
So
you ever felt like you had to did you ever feel like you wasn't confident in yourself to where you was like, oh, I gotta do this to my hair or I gotta do this to myself?
I got edge damages from doing some shit to my hair that I shouldn't have did. Or from, that's a whole nother story, but like I have damage to my hair, like to my scalp, because of some shit I did trying to meet beauty standards or being teased from beauty standards and feel some kind of way, so I had to adjust. So I know the pressures and I understand them. That shit is real.
Yeah, it definitely is. I had times where I felt like I had to, fit in the beauty standards. Like me, I'm an expressive person. You know what I'm saying? So by me, and the way I express myself is through my looks. I love, see my backdrop being ghetto, this disrespectful.
Sure.
Anyway, don't pay my backdrop no mind, y'all. Look, fuck it. We being ghetto tonight. Anyways, so what I was saying was I had times where I had to feel like I was fitting in the standards, but I'm also expressive. So if I'm going for a certain look, that's what I would go for. Like tonight, I got my bang and my bun. Another night, I might have something else. But when I started feeling like I had to fit into my standards, into these standards, because they're not my standards. When I felt like I had to fit into them standards, I mainly got that backlash from Black women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can I feel comfortable in my skin around all these people that's not comfortable in theirs?
It's hard to do. It's hard because they'll project that shit onto you and have you thinking that you the problem. But I feel like what I learned, because I've had situations where it wasn't just hair, it was different things that people would try to project on me. I couldn't be myself about it. But once you start to stand in your power and don't let them move you, they'll see that that's their insecurity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people be envious. They want to be like you, but they can't. And they wonder why you can't be like everybody else.
Bitch, because I'm
This
not
is
like
what's
everybody
right.
else.
You know what
I'm
I'm
me.
saying?
This is what it is.
Period.
Period. That's real shit.
So as far as the crown law, I feel like that's a major movement.
Real shit. That's a power move. That's a big power move for them making this Crown Act. And I feel like it should have been done a long fucking time ago. Like, we shouldn't even have to go through hair discrimination. You get what I'm saying? Like, why is it that
ain't this
we
the
have
21st fucking century?
Like, why the fuck do we have to go into the workplace looking a certain kind of way? I look neat with my braids, bitch. Why can't I wear braids? Right. I look neat with my locks. Why can't I wear my locks?
As long as you don't look messy and untamed and wild. Like, if you have locks, they should be neatly twisted. But you should be able to grow your hair and wear it however you want to. If I want to come in with fucking Rick James beads in, I should be able to do that because...
Period. But you know what's crazy? They go out their way to do all this extra shit with these laws or whatever. And I mean, do all these extra shit as far as discriminating against us. But we are the trends. We set the trends. We are the blueprint.
Real shit.
Everything we do, they copy. They, from our hair to our swag to everything the fuck else. Like, you might go into certain areas and they be like, oh, that's ghetto, that's this, that's that. But eventually they fucking follow our lead.
That's real shit. Of course. They steal everything. All that shit is to
Exactly.
make them comfortable. Is to make them feel comfortable. I feel like them
I don't
seeing our
understand.
natural
Like,
texture, if
mm-hmm,
anybody was to say anything, it's because it makes them feel uneasy. But
mm-hmm,
why you feel uneasy because of how my hair is? What does that have to do with you?
right.
As long as they don't look like a fucking bird's nest on my head, it shouldn't be a problem.
Exactly. Because I do understand the professionalism.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I do understand, the well-groomed look, but I could look well-groomed with some fucking braids or some locks.
Not everybody want that fucking 1952 slick back to the side with the part. Don't know. Everybody don't want that shit.
Right? That shit corny.
Now I'm not against bundles because, like, my problem now is because I've cut my hair off. I'm seeing my real hair texture, and I'm deciding whether I want to lock my hair up and keep it
Mm-hmm.
natural or get some soft waves or something. Like I'm
Nah.
just so torn.
I think you would look beautiful with some locks. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think so too, but I just don't want to go through that. You know, the ugly locks phase when it's short. I don't want to go
Yes.
through that.
Listen, you gonna go through that and then get to the other side and be like, bitch, because we here now.
Real shit.
But no, I really think you would look beautiful with some locks. You have a naturally beautiful face. I love the your features. You would look amazing. No bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be nice.
You really should do that.
But I'm feel like I'm only so open to it because when I was younger, my mom offered to put locks in my hair, but
Mm-hmm.
me seeing hair on TV, all I saw was white girls with curly hair. Now I didn't see that they was white. I just saw the curly hair. That's what I wanted. So when my mom offered that to me, I got
Mm-hmm.
upset and I didn't want it. But now that I see dreads now, like, and I see women with dreads with different textures, I'm like, okay, that shit really beautiful. I think I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like what you said earlier is true. If we can see people live in a natural texture, we would be more open to it. Had I
Mm-hmm.
seen when my mom saw it, we was watching TV and she pointed it out. The lady, she had the fucking starter locks once again, but
Right.
when she offered it to me, I had never seen anybody with dreads in person, so it was so foreign to me. I was like, I don't like that. That's ugly.
Mm-hmm.
So us seeing it and having that right is gonna make a difference, especially to the
No.
youth.
Real shit.
Like dreads, yeah, dreads, real shit.
Real shit. I agree with you, friend. I
So,
definitely agree. And see, one thing with me, like if I do locks in my head, because I
mm-hmm.
always wanted locks. I always thought they was beautiful. I always seen a bunch of women with locks, believe it or not, when I was younger. So I always wanted locks, but I never wanted to do it to my natural hair because if you don't notice, I changed my hair up a fucking lot. Like
Yes.
for the most part, on every live, I look different.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, that's how I express myself. So if I was to get locks in my real hair, I would be miserable.
You said, you know what's crazy? Like, since I've been thinking about it, every time I see somebody with locks, I ask them about it. And I asked them, do they miss that versatility? It was like, well, you could do so much with it because you could have your locks up, you could have them down. And they say they love it
Mm-hmm.
because it's low maintenance. It's not as costly because it costs to keep your fucking hair done. Weave is
No, for sure.
expensive and shit like that. And it's not time consuming. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody I've talked to, I only ask women, I don't ask men because I feel like I can't really relate to them. They don't really got
Right.
no standards for real any fucking way. But they never complain. They love it, and they say they don't want to go back. But the good thing about locks is you can do 2-strand twists. That's not really
Mm-hmm.
as locky, and it's easier to comb out. And you can comb locks out.
Yeah.
My thing is, I got a lot of breakage now,
Mm-hmm.
especially since I had my surgery. So I'm retaining length, but I feel like I'm losing more hair than I'm
I get
retaining.
what you're
And with
saying.
locking would stop that breakage, so I
Yeah.
would see more length. So I'm gonna see. Y'all might see me pop up with some locks. You never know. You
Bitch, you
never
caught
know.
up with some locks? I'm be like, yes.
Uh,
I always love them. So, and you are fucking already naturally beautiful. So if you came up with some locks,
I'm gonna
bitch,
kill them
yeah.
fucking locks. I'm gonna kill
Fucking
them.
kill them on them hoes. Period.
No, I'm thinking about it, y'all. But I feel like we covered protect your crown.
Mm-hmm.
They allowing us to protect our crown now.
Yes.
So I
So,
think it where we can get it. So as far as what I put up here, does medicine
um,
make it better?
mm,
I chose that because we all know Black people's history with the medical field and how they treated us.
mm-hmm.
You want to give us a little brief?
Okay, so in the medical field, as far as the Black men, I really don't have no understanding on that. I don't know majority of their experiences in the medical field or going to see doctors or whatever
It's
the case.
a Tuskegee experiment, right?
That's
Experiment, right?
that's the only thing that I know of as far as the black men, the
Me too.
Tuskegee. But as far as everything else, I know for a fact that we was like guinea pigs to doctors from starting way back when. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it's still like that today. Like, and when most doctors see black women, they see us as we don't feel no pain.
Real shit.
That's what they, and if you look up your history, look up your history, y'all. If you look back then, they even said it like it was proven that we don't feel no pain. Bitch, we
Because
fucking human. How we
because
don't
we
feel
got
pain?
melanin, they say our skin is thicker and we have more collagen, so we literally can't feel as much pain as they do.
We feel
What kind
everything.
of shit
Fuck
is
y'all.
that? But they
So
made that shit up during slavery times to justify how brutal they was being to us.
exactly, exactly. So and then me being in the medical field, because I work in the medical field now. So
Mm-hmm.
I see certain shit like most black women have to even lie about their symptoms. They would have to lie and say, "Oh, this is happening and this is happening and this is happening," to where it's an extreme matter for them to say, "Okay, let's see her."
Mm.
That is fucked up and it's horrible because now you saying everything is fine with me, I'm cool and I'm okay, but when I go home, I'm worse than what the fuck I was, and then when I get back, it was some bullshit. So now I like, even if it came down to a lawsuit, it would make it harder for a black woman. Pregnancies, we go through our pregnancies, and a lot of doctors don't give us the services that we need while we giving birth.
Or they'll fuck some shit up and blame it on us.
Exactly.
I don't know if
So
y'all. Oh, my bad. Finish what you
go
saying.
ahead, boo. No, go ahead.
Okay, so I told you my favorite podcast. Did I tell you that? My favorite podcast is Dead Ass with Deval Ellis
With
and his wife
Deval,
Kadeem.
yes, I
So,
love them.
he talked about her first birth or whatever and
Mm-hmm.
how she had to get an epidural and the lady was sticking her and she stuck her wrong. But mind you, she in pain. A pregnant woman who giving birth,
Wait, she
she can
stuck
only
her wrong
move.
with her epidural?
Yes, she could only move but so much. So she kept trying to say, "Oh, you
Wow.
keep moving," but Deval was right there. He was like, "She's not moving. You sticking her wrong." She could have fucked her spine up with it. Then afterwards, I guess they wasn't paying attention because they was paying attention to the baby. But mind you, her mom is a nurse and she was there too. And the vow was down there. That's why if you with your lady or whatever, or you with your peoples, you gotta look out for him. He said
Mm-hmm.
he looked under. They wasn't paying her no mind. She was bleeding because she looked all woozy and shit. So she was basically bleeding out. And so he asked the mom, because she a nurse, do that look right? She was like, no, that don't look right. Call somebody. And they came over. She could have died on the table
Wow.
because nobody was paying her attention. But think about how many black women they do like that. I know so many black women who say they back be hurting and shit because of the epidural. You know how you say you could hear it from the rain. I don't know if you had one. When
No,
it
that's
start raining, they
facts.
feel that shit.
That's facts. Ever since I got my epidural, my back been messed up every time it rained. I thought it was a whole, like, I just was telling somebody the other day, everything that we heard that we thought was bullshit when we was kids, you grow up and that shit is true.
Real shit.
Okay, listen, when it rained, my back is fucked. Or when it's about to rain, I could get
Mm-hmm.
crazy striking ass pains in my back. And that happened ever since I got epidural.
Did you have somebody in the room with you watching what was going on?
When I had my daughter, when I gave birth to my oldest child, my mom was there. When I gave birth to my son, my ex-boyfriend was there, and everything was good. Like, my experience was great. Uh, with my twins, I was by myself. No, I'm lying. I wasn't by myself. I was with my aunt. My aunt was there when I gave birth. But for the most part, with my twins, as far as recovering, I was by myself. Um, but giving birth, somebody was always there when I gave birth. So that was the blessing of it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I gave birth to my oldest child, they was in there, and I had to get a C-section for her because her heart rate kept going down.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy because I was small. I was real small. I couldn't get no bigger. So they had to monitor me a whole lot when I was pregnant with my daughter because my frame was so small. My hips wasn't wide. So they had to monitor me a lot. I was getting a lot of
You had to busting it
ultrasounds.
open in with your chest.
Listen. Oh, I was busting it open, bitch. My fucking
Shit.
frame just small as hell. So, um, when my mom looked at one of my ultrasounds that I had, she
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Shay, that don't look right." And I'm like, "What's wrong? What you mean?" She was like, "That looked like the umbilical cord is around her neck." Mind you, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of doctors don't you know, tell you that type of information because they don't want you to panic. But bitch, if that's the case, I want to know what's going to happen. So I kept telling my mom, I'm like, I don't think that's that. Like, I kept looking, but when I gave birth, what happened? Her umbilical cord was around her neck, and that's why her heart rate kept going up and down. But they knew that, but they never said nothing. And when my mom said something, my mom was like, can y'all detect that throughout the pregnancy? And the lady had the salty face like, bitch, y'all knew the whole time my umbilical cord was around my baby neck while I was carrying. And they tell me the whole time. With my son, honestly, with my son, everything was okay, except for the fact that I had a bad nerve. And every time I tried to tell them something, it was like, oh, well, you know, that's normal. That's this, that's that. But when it was I noticed that with other patients, they would be more attentives. I said attentives. More attentive. Not even just white patients, particularly Hispanic patients. Even the foreigners, like the African patients, because they not from here. You get what I'm saying? So they know they fucking rights. One thing I can say about them, they know their rights, and they know they don't play that shit. Like, so once I got into the medical field, I wanted to stay in it forever. I'm not gonna lie, but once I saw the fucked up part of it, I was like, oh, I gotta get out this shit. I want to get out of it so bad because it's fucked up. But as far as my birth experiences, all of my experiences was good because I had somebody there watching and to be there. And one thing I can say, if you are going to give birth, make sure somebody is there, please.
Yeah, somebody got to speak for you. It's crazy that you got to act shit like that, though. Was it you that sent me that video of the nurse, the TikTok video?
Yes,
okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Why is it that we got to ask all these questions? Like, when you go to the doctors and there's something wrong, you want to go there with the feeling of being safe. Okay, they go help me make this better. Not use me for an experiment, not fucking make it worse, not tell me everything, not deny me fucking prescriptions because they don't want to give it to me because they think I'm a fucking opioid head. Like, that shit is crazy. So can medicine really make it better?
One thing I can say, man, medicine don't always make shit better. They make it hard for us as a whole, period. Like, the reason why we have to ask so many questions is because that we already got that, you know, let me guess. And one thing I can say, I put us at a fault for this too. We already got that strong black woman image.
Fuck out of here. That's no excuse.
It's not an excuse. But we put that out there. That it's been established through history. Like we said before, they already said we don't experience no pain to justify their wrong. But we also justify their wrong by saying, oh, we strong. We can get through anything. We can this, we can that. But the whole thing about it is we're fucking human at the end of the day. Black women are not robots. You get what I'm saying? If you don't have a genuine doctor in your corner that is passionate about their fucking job, you are 9 times out of 10 gonna get hurt or anything bad could happen to you.
That's real shit.
Not even just giving birth, with any fucking thing, period.
You ever had an old doctor and you say something, he'd be like, it's probably nothing. I hate that shit.
It wasn't even old doctors that did that with me. It was them young motherfuckers that didn't want to do their job.
Nothing. That's like the most dismissive thing possible. What do you mean it's probably nothing? And then there's so many cases of black women being told it's probably nothing, and they come back and it's something 10 times more serious than what they thought it was, and it could have been handled on that first fucking visit. And I'm so fucking, like, we usually see eye to eye, but what you just said, I don't agree with that shit. I don't give a fuck about no strong black woman or nothing. Just because I've experienced it personally. And me, I had surgery, and they didn't want to give me opioids when I came off out of surgery. First of all, they did me dirty because they didn't call none of my people to tell them I was out of surgery, that I woke up. My people was calling up there. They kept hanging up on them. Then I wake up out of surgery. Mind you, I'm in pain. I'm crying out. I'm telling them, with the medicine y'all gave me, y'all only gave me like 10 milligrams. I don't feel it. So they made me cry. They let me cry out for hours, talking about something. We can't give you more until 4 hours. 4 hours passed. Oh, we got to wait till the doctor come in. The doctor didn't come in until the nighttime. And then he came in, you know, I just had surgery. Why are you pressing on my incisions? If I'm telling you I'm in pain, they just fucking cut me. You don't think I'm in pain? So I feel like the energy he gave me, he did that shit just to be smart, because I was literally crying out in pain. And my mom called up there.
No,
my dad
they
called
do
up there.
that
My sister
shit
called up there. My best friend called up there. They was ready to curse everybody the fuck out, because I'm a crybaby sometimes, but I don't just be crying out like it. Like, so they knew I was in fucking pain. Everybody was upset. Like, that shit. And the crazy part is I had a black nurse, but she wasn't black. She was African.
You know, they act different with us. We from
They
America.
do. I work
They don't
with
see us the
Africans. I
same.
work
We're not
closely.
that equal.
I worked closely with Africans for 2 years. Was one of the only American girls in there, and they all treated me. They was mad at me because I was American. African women don't accept us. They look down on us. So she was right with them. She was with the shits. So when it was when they came to press on my incisions, it was the white doctor and the African nurse. And she was just looking on the side like she was satisfied. Like they wanted to see me in pain. I'm crying out. I'm telling you where it hurts. I'm telling you, ow, it hurts. Why do you need to press on my incisions if I just got out of surgery less than 12 hours ago? What the fuck do you think is wrong?
They know what the fuck is wrong. That was malicious and that was purpose. That was on purpose.
That's what it was.
And like I said, I'm not giving them no excuse. What I'm saying is they already got that instilled in us because of the past times. You get what I'm saying? They already did all of that shit. Like, it's already conditioned. Listen, we don't give a fuck about them. We gonna do what we want to do. We run tests on them. They are not our equal. They're not worth shit. They already got that standpoint, but we put that image like, oh, we the strong. Well, not just us. People, period. They just put that stamp on us. Like, we can't feel no fucking pain, even when it comes to our emotions. You get what I'm saying? So by that being it that way, and we got that, nobody really don't give a fuck. Our own people don't even be giving a fuck. So what make you think in the medical field they're going to give a fuck about if we in pain or not? Not justifying it at all. But that was definitely intent and that was malicious. And we need to start doing more shit with as far as putting these lawsuits on these doctors.
Real shit.
We really need to.
It's like in that moment, me being there, I felt helpless, unprotected. I was there by myself. I couldn't get in touch with my fucking family. It was just me and them. He could have hurt me. He could have seriously hurt me. He
could have killed you and got away with it.
They could have said it was something wrong with the surgery that happened afterwards. I felt helpless. Real shit. I felt like it was nobody there to protect me. My people was on the phone all hype, but what could they do? It's COVID. Wasn't nobody gonna let them in the building?
I'm sorry you went through that, friend.
I'm sorry I went through it too. It's just people shouldn't have to go through shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm a big girl. Like, what the fuck y'all mean? If I'm telling you I don't feel the medicine, don't you think you gotta up it just a little bit? It's just the fuckery for me. Yeah. So, like, when it comes to shit like that, I don't give a fuck about who's strong, about what. That don't even make sense to me.
It don't.
Especially when you see somebody in pain. You can see it on their face. You can see it on their face. You can hear it in their voice. Pain is undeniable. Even if somebody's strong and they don't like to cry out, you can see it on their face. And you can tell me they don't feel as much pain as a white person. And then the contradictory fucks me up. Y'all claim y'all the superior race, but we surpass y'all in pain tolerance. Who's stronger then?
They know we stronger. We know we stronger.
Y'all surpass us in intelligence, right?
All the shit that come up that came from us. Majority everything came from us. Oh God. And it's not the shame nothing. It's facts. Can't be mad at the facts. We came up with damn near everything and they stole everything that we fucking created.
And that's real shit. Fucking Henrietta Lacks. Did I send you the post on her? Y'all should know her.
I think you did.
She had the first cell that could reproduce and not die. They had cancer in it. And now they used her cells since 1950 to create all these vaccines, even the COVID-19 vaccine, and learn about different cancers and how to fight them. But when she came into the office and they took her cells without her permission, without her knowledge, they didn't tell her how strong her cells was or what they was using them for. Because why? They didn't want to pay her. They didn't want to pay her fucking family for them. They didn't want to give her no credit. That's why they waited until after she passed. Because I'm sure people was like, well, where are these cells coming from? These invincible cells. And they had to say who? Because what would be the other reason not to tell her? Because she didn't die till a year after that they got her cells.
Wow. And
then they didn't tell her husband or her kids right away. They ended up telling her grandchildren. What was the reason for withholding this information besides not wanting to pay money?
You know how that shit go?
Let's put it together. My thing is, I don't like when people talk around it like it seems like it's this. No, let's call it what it is.
Exactly. Call a spade. Let's fucking call a spade, bitch. But your shit was about to fall. Get that shit.
Yeah, this equipment showing the fuck off tonight. But it's all right.
It's all right. We got it together.
That's what fucks me up. And then reading about how they used to sterilize black women. Now, mind you, when I had to think about it, because when I first heard it, I thought, what was they dipping them in bleach? No, they was fucking giving them hysterectomies. All in the I want to say the 1950s to the 1970s. They was forcing these. First of all, they was what the fuck was I about to say? Anyway, they was forcing them by threatening them to cut, and they was gonna cut off their welfare and shit like that. Now, mind you, back then welfare was everything.
Hell yeah. That was the best thing for the fucking black family. Welfare.
So imagine having to either give up your welfare or give up your right to have children.
You're gonna fucking give up that right for them kids. Unless you a type of motherfucker that's like, if the more kids I had, the more money they give me.
I mean, before they was threatening people, they was just doing it without their consent, telling them they was coming in for birth control shots.
But even if, friend, birth control is still a way of fucking sterilizing us. You know, I had to do my research on Depo. You ever had Depo before?
No, but I heard about it. I didn't want to get stuck with nothing. That's what stop.
All right.
I heard people get fat. Our boy was fat. I didn't need to get fat. It was just.
All right. So my experience with Depo, it's crazy because most people say, get on birth control, this, that, and the third. Birth control, the best thing for young teenage black girls, whatever. I do not promote birth control. I do not like birth control. The only birth control that I would promote is fucking condoms. Use fucking condoms. Okay?
That's the birth control. I agree with you, but why?
All right, and this is why. So my experience with Depo, I got fat as fuck. My breathing changed. It was hard for me to breathe. My hair started falling out. And I just felt my body changing at a pace that it should not have been changing. Even with, because I had the birth control pill before, it made me feel different. Every birth control I had made me feel different. One thing about my body, I could feel the difference in my body. And if it don't feel good, it's not going to be a good outcome for me. So I do not fucking promote birth control, so especially to our women. And if you look at the history of it, you get Depo and all that other shit. Eventually, you can't have kids for fucking forever. If you want something temporary, you get something temporary. But that shit fuck you up for the rest of your life. And that's not something I want to promote to young girls. We have to be more fucking responsible. If you don't want kids, protect yourself.
Damn, you know how many teenagers I knew back when we was in high school who had Depo?
Every fucking body had Depo.
And everybody, they complex was, oh yeah, this gonna make your ass and your titties blow up.
But that's a low way of thinking. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna hold you. In the beginning, like, I had birth control pills, and I didn't like how the pills made me feel. So I was like, all right,
the pills is terrible too. Like when I used to take them, I used to be going through it trying to get used to that fucking birth control. That's why I never stayed on the shit.
That fucking imbalance, that hormone imbalance is crazy. Because it pumps so much in you. You get what I'm saying? So after a while, you really gonna feel the difference in your body. And people don't understand when you got that. That's a chemical imbalance. When you doing that, it fuck with your mind too. That's why a lot of girls go through depression and all of that shit from them birth controls. So it's like, when I say that, I say, and not even just that, with the pill, I still got pregnant.
Well, what the fuck?
So with the pill, I still got pregnant. With Depo, my body was fucked. And I didn't, not even just that, I saw all the changes that happened with my mom. Like, my mom, not to put her business out there, but my mom, her hair started falling out. Her bleeding was crazy. Her cycle wasn't the way it was supposed to be. You get what I'm saying? So, seeing all these crazy changes with her, it was like, okay, but I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, when I got it, it was like, all right, I'm gonna get on Depo. It's gonna be for sure that I don't get pregnant, and I'm probably gonna get a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not gonna hold you. Like, but like I said, it's my low way of thinking. I'm fucking young as hell. I'm not thinking the way you know what I mean? But when you feel them effects on your body, you like, man, fuck that shit. Like, if my daughter was to ever become sexually active, I would not put her on birth control. I would tell her, you get fucking condoms. Use fucking condoms. And if anything happened, we gonna handle it from there. Like,
So Depo, that's the one they stick in your arm, or is it a shot?
It's the shot. They put it in your bunkie.
Oh God.
I forgot the other place they put it. I think it's your arm and your ass, if I'm not mistaken.
So what's the one where they had that stick in your arm?
Is that the Mirena? Is it supposed to last like 5 years?
I don't know. I just know somebody had it and I squeezed their arm. It was like
You
my
put it
birth
like
control.
right here, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I just know it was in her arm.
And a lot of people got crazy effects from that, like fucking skin reactions, all of that shit. Like I do not, as far as birth control, like and if you look through the history behind birth control, that was a way for us to stop reproducing.
Right. I was about to say that because they said that black women are 10 times as fertile as white women. Well, that's not our
Hmm.
problem. You know what I'm saying? But
That shit is just
I feel
crazy.
like that's not the case now because a lot of women be having fertility issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
But I don't
do.
know. As far as the pill, only thing I can say about the pill, besides the hormonal imbalances, it made my hair grow.
Really?
Yeah, my eyelashes was long as shit. I liked it
I
for
always
that.
had the opposite effect with birth control.
It might be the one they put you on because
Mm-hmm.
I think they just gave me it because not because I was sexually active because I had low estrogen or whatever.
Oh, okay. That
So they
makes
gave me
sense.
one with a higher dosage. But when they gave me it when I was older, like in my adult life, that I couldn't take it. When I was taking it as a
Mm-hmm.
teenager, it was making my hair grow. But as an adult, like I had all the side effects. I was emotional. I was sick. I just couldn't get used to it. So I just stopped taking the shit.
Yeah.
I said, fuck it. Whatever
Uh,
come.
for
Literally.
real, that should definitely change everything. Everything. Your mindset, everything. Motherfuckers go through depression, everything get worse. Like a lot of things get worse for most women.
That's real shit. So, damn. They trying to cut off abortions altogether. Where was this energy back in the 50s when they was just giving us hysterectomies left and fucking right?
That shit crazy. And
But
you know, I think that they going like against the abortion thing because of
mm-hmm,
the simple fact that it's so many of us having kids and they know like all right, they get a I can't explain it. I just was on the tip of my tongue, but they are on some shit where as though we go and get abortions.
mm-hmm,
I can't explain it. It's so fucking it's difficult because that's how they make their money. If you look up the research, a lot of black women are the ones that get the most abortions.
mm-hmm,
So that's their cash flow. But they know for a fact that if we are forced to keep our kids, we ain't gonna have no choice but to stay poor.
mm-hmm.
You know
That's
what I mean?
yeah, another mouth to feed for Uncle Sam or some shit like that. I heard that
Right,
before.
right. So it's very, you know.
I feel like they first of all, it's your body, it's your choice. You should have that right to say, you know what, I don't want to. Because let's be real, this might sound harsh, but a baby is a parasite. Why? Because it feeds off the mother.
Right.
Some people look at it like that. Some people look at it as a blessing. But if you don't look at it as a blessing, well, say if you got raped, who wants to carry out a baby full term if you got raped and you got pregnant?
No, real shit.
Imagine the emotional detachment or resentment you gonna have towards that baby. And I feel like if they were smart, they would find a way to use these aborted children, get them stem cells, and do something with them. They always talk about stem cell research, but we can only find them in fetuses, and we can't have none. It's so many women who don't want their fetuses.
Mm-hmm.
Find a way to harvest these fucking stem cells and cure cancer or some shit. Like, come on, y'all.
No, that's
Y'all
real
worry about the
shit.
wrong shit.
That's a fact. And like, see now, being a little transparent, I had
Mm-hmm.
an experience with abortion. I would never do it again. Never do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I know that at that time that was what I needed to do. So it's like, as far as abortion, I feel like it's definitely pro-choice. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot tell someone what they can do with their fucking body. You cannot. And the thing about that is, what about these niggas? Y'all worried about us pushing babies out our pussies. They the ones putting it in us. So what about these niggas?
Yes, get them some
Y'all not
vasectomies. That's less
offering them fucking
complicated.
vasectomies. What about the
Left and
niggas that's
right.
got 10 fucking 15 kids with 10, 15 different bitches? Ain't nobody offering nothing for them. But when it come to us, we got fucking 3 or 4 that's pushing the limit.
That's real shit. Not even realizing a lot of the times black women be single and on welfare is because black men don't want to step up and support their children.
Boom. So if we gonna do something about these abortion shit, yo, it just got it fucking came to me. One day I was in a Uber
Mm-hmm.
I'm riding down this block down here. It was all of these fucking people, and I'm sitting here like, what are all these people doing? They had their signs up, and it was against abortions. It was women out there against abortions. Like, some people are against abortion. Like I said, I wouldn't push abortion on nobody, especially with my experience. But if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. You cannot stop somebody from doing what they want to do. But
Right.
the limits that these people went to, it was like, yo, like, you're a female and you don't understand. Like, what if you was in a situation like that? Some people can't help that they're in these situations. Some people can. But a
Right.
lot of these people can't. These young girls, they be getting fucked over by family members, fucked over by strangers, all of that shit. Not even just young girls, older women. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I can't even understand a closed mind like that because I'm not pro-abortion. I'm against abortion.
mhm,
I feel like if you have a baby, you should carry it. But I understand how the world works. Like the shit
right.
is never as black and white as it seems. So how can
Mhm.
you tell somebody they can't have an abortion if they don't want to bring this child into the world? My thing is, you're not gonna take care of it when it get the fuck here. So what do you care?
Exactly.
You only care till the
Exactly.
pregnancy over.
Exactly. And then they wonder why so many kids in a foster system.
Right.
It's so many kids. It's so many unwanted kids in this fucking world, and they're carrying that weight on them. Why
They
not
could have
just
been
not
stem cells. Like so
not
no.
justifying not justifying fucking murder, but why not just have them here at all? Shit, they a
No,
fetus, they going straight to heaven.
you
It sounds
you out
fucked up,
of
but
pocket.
it's
But
the
that's real
truth.
shit though.
It's the truth. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers
Like,
ask every day, like, I ain't asked to be here. Shit.
bitch, if my mom had the fucking choice to fucking get rid of me, bitch, I'd have been like, listen, man, I'd have talked to her through that fucking umbilical cord. I don't want to pay no bills and no rent, mom. Please don't do this.
Real shit. No,
Like,
I
come
say that
on.
sometimes. I'm thankful to be here. But there's a lot of
No.
people who not though. It's so many people who not. And it's so just not even get into that. That's a different topic.
Yeah, it's so
Um,
deep. So
yeah,
deep,
but
so deep.
as far as abortions, yeah, I'm pro choice all the way. And I feel like it's so much we could do with the aborted fetuses. If they had a government program, we could have safer abortions,
Hmm.
and then they could, like I said, find a way to harvest these fetuses because they suck it out anyway, right?
Yep. Well,
So
some of them not even sucked out. They got this. A lot of people, well, a lot of the older generation don't know, like our parents and shit like that. They have pills now.
like
So,
the
all
day
right.
after
So
pill,
with abortion, right? The way they do the abortion now, it's a pill. You take the pill, and it basically kills the baby, and the baby like comes out of you. Like you feel the cramps and the blood and everything, and the particles come out of you instead of them tugging it out and all of that shit. Yeah.
you a murderer. Say no, say no. No, but
I feel bad.
I feel like, how far along was you when you did that?
With the pill, from to my knowledge, from when I got mine, it was, I believe, no later than 10 weeks. They give you a certain time frame. If
Right.
you are past that time frame, you cannot get the pill. You would have
That's what
to
I feel
actually get the
like.
full procedure done.
Because I feel
Hmm.
like, because a lot of things people don't know, like when you get a certain number of abortions or even your first one, it could fuck you up and sterilize you. So where you can't have babies anymore with them sucking it out and shit. So I feel like, especially for younger girls, that shit would help, like getting that pill early on. It would prevent that risk. But
Yeah.
if you can't prevent it, once again, them stem cells, we got to figure out. Because no, those stem cells, like, they have the ability to become any other cell, right?
Hmm.
So we could use that for all kinds of shit. Like people with spinal cord issues, you could use the stem cells to create new ones or some shit like that.
Most
They know
definitely.
what to do.
They know what to do. They just don't want to do it. And
Real shit.
honestly, like with my experience with the pill, like I'm not gonna lie, it traumatized me. Like it fucked me
What
up
you mean?
because for one, when you go through that, you home. You're not in a facility like a hospital or nothing like that. You take your pill, you go to fuck home, and you bleed out. You know what I mean? So you feel everything you did, like, and then you get your cramps. Your cramps are fucking horrible. They give you pain medicine, um, and
They
when
had
you
to give you
bleed,
opioids?
uh-huh. Being transparent again, when I went through that, and they gave me
No, that's
opioids.
interesting.
So, all right, this is an open ass moment. I usually don't like telling y'all motherfuckers my business, but since we talking about this, and I feel like it's beneficial to the conversation, I'm gonna share my experience with the abortion pill. So, I took the abortion pill, and I had real bad cramps. They also gave me pain medicine, opioids to go with it. I did not want to get this abortion at all. I did not. But I did it because what, I'm gonna be stuck with another baby, doing things by myself. I already got enough kids. Anyways, so I got the pill. I was bleeding, and went to the bathroom, like myself. It's a lot of blood. It's this and that. But like I saw like the fetus. So it was like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like it
It
wasn't.
was scary.
It was very scary. I was for one, like I said, I was home. So even though I'm in the comfort of my own home, it's like if anything happened to me, then what? Because medicine work funny with different people. If you taking something that's to get something out of your body, you don't know what the fuck is happening internally. You get what I'm saying? So I saw the fetus or whatever, and it was real fucking scary, like extremely scary. And it was like, whoa, like I really was on some shit like, damn, I really did this. Like I would never do this shit again. You know what I mean? And
Not even to like, I'm not judging you or nothing, but did guilt follow? Because I know when a lot
yes,
a lot of women have
yes.
like guilt when they have abortions.
That's why I said I would never do it again. Like as far as experience with me, I learned everything in my life from experience. I feel like experience is your best teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of things should be prevented for you to even, you know what I mean? I feel like I should have took more precautions. And seeing that shit, I felt it, and I still feel it. So that's why I say it traumatized me. And they give you pain medicine or whatever for the whole thing. And because I was in such a hard place at the time, I didn't want to do it in the first place, and I felt bad doing it once everything happened. I started taking them opioids. Like
What you mean, like to
I low
escape?
key I low key got addicted to them.
How many milligrams was it? What was it? Oxycodone?
Yes, it was, and I
I
forgot
heard
how
oxy
many.
the shit, y'all. That's what they gave me. They was being
That's
stingy.
that's a different man. When I say, like I said, being transparent. Like when I say that's a different kind of high, it's a different kind of high. Like I was first
It
of
mess
all
with your brain chemicals.
when I had my daughter, I had got a C-section, so they had to give me Percocets,
Mm-hmm.
and like I already knew how that was, and I hated that feeling. Like the very first time I
They make you
hated that shit,
sleepy.
bruh. They made me itchy as shit. I'm in there looking like a whole crackhead. Like
Yo.
you can ask Big Bree, like Big Bree, Marquita, all of them. They came to the hospital when I had Sahaya. So
Mm-hmm.
it that
I seen
ex,
her earlier.
that experience
Marquita.
was. Oh, you did?
Yeah, in the grocery store. What you saying?
But that experience with opioids for me, it was like, whoa, like I was scared of them. So, and then I had people close to me that was addicted to it. But when I went through that thing with my experience with my abortion, and they gave me the opioids or whatever, it was like, all right, I'm taking them for pain because I really needed them for pain. But I noticed how it made me feel, and it was like, okay. Like after a while, I started looking forward to taking them. But I knew that it was time for me to get myself together. When one day I was looking for them shits, and I was really looking for them shits. Like, Monica, when I tell you I was looking through the drawers, like going through the drawers, like, yo, where's the shit at? Like really going through the house. And I had a realization. It was like it was a moment where I was looking for them, but I was in the bathroom, and the mirror was right there, and I stopped, and I just looked in the mirror, and I was like, bitch, is you crazy? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck? Like, I had a realization, like, I had to stay away from that shit. And when I had
They're highly addictive.
yes, and when I had my twins, I was so scared to take them again. And they had to give me that because I had a C-section with them. So I was so scared to take them, and I was just like, you know what? Like, this is for pain. This is for physical pain. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? And I had to discipline myself. But as far as my experience with abortion, like I said, I would never tell anybody the first thing, like, get that shit, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's your choice, it's your choice, and I support any female that do that. But I know that from my experience, I would One of
And
the
I
worst
respect
things
your
to ever
choice. Like,
do.
I know a couple women who made the choice to have an abortion simply because they said it would be too stressful to have another mouth to feed. Not even too stressful, but they felt like they couldn't do it. And I respect that, because why bring another child in here if you feel like you can't do it?
Yeah, most
Why put that
definitely.
child through that? You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you make that choice, you don't gotta explain yourself to no fucking body. You have
Period.
that right. You should have that right. It's your body. This is
Just
my
like if you
body.
have a fucking child, you shouldn't have to explain to nobody why you want another child, or if motherfuckers feel like you got too many kids. Like people tell me all the time, Shay, you got 4 fucking kids. If I was to pop up with another one, you know what they gonna do? Judge the fuck out of me. But what I'm gonna do? Not give
They
a
can
fuck.
mind their business though, but they don't even repeat. Kids is a blessing. Like, one of my favorite singers, Kiki Wyatt. I know she got like 12 kids or something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
got an aunt with 10. Kids is a blessing. And when they young and they like little fucking crumb snatchers, it seems like it's complicated. But when they grow up, you have such a beautiful family. People don't
Mm-hmm.
understand that.
They don't. They don't.
So have your babies or don't have them. It's up to fuck to you.
Period.
Yeah, but them opioids, they are very addictive, and I feel like they not I feel like, but they are, because they fuck with the chemicals in your brain. That's
Mm-hmm.
why you got addicted to it so easily. And that's why
Yes.
them fucking doctors be so stingy with them now. Now I understand y'all being stingy, but it's a difference between stopping somebody from getting addicted and denying them what they need.
Oh, let me tell you something. They stingy with certain motherfuckers, boo boo.
Mm-hmm.
They stingy with certain people, and that's why I say the medical field. I saw the bad side in the medical field. So it's like
And
it.
so,
it, it
give us some details, like what you mean, like, because I know I didn't want to join because I know it's very catty. But are you talk about cattiness, or you talk about how they treat the patients?
Cattiness, how they treat the patients, and uh things behind it. Like it's ways to get around everything in life.
Mm-hmm.
There's ways to get around everything in life, and um how they once I saw how they treated patients, it was like, no, I cannot do this. Like, and you know how I am. Like we got big hearts. If we see something that's not fair, oh, we gonna speak on that shit. We just can't help but to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, mm, that's what made me want to really get out of the medical field, because it's like, that's just
Seeing
not
that
me.
shit up close and personal like that, it make you too uneasy. I
That shit
understand.
hit home. Yeah, it's very uneasy. But like I said, with them opioids, they pick and choose who the fuck they want to give it to, friend. There's ways to get that shit.
And I know they do. You could tell they got the key to it. There's
Hmm.
no. They could have gave me more. They could have upped my little dosage. They didn't want to. Stupid bitches. And I'm
Child.
sure they do that to a lot of black women like me.
They do.
Mm.
They do. That's unfortunate.
It really is. Oh, y'all, we made it a whole hour. Yes, this was a good little conversation.
Yes, it was.
Hmm. So I feel like as far as protect the crown, we cover some good shit.
Hmm.
And I feel like we said, that law is really gonna make a difference, not only for us, but for the children, the black kids who come up after us. Like
Yes.
they wonder why every generation we get so much freer. It's because we get the opportunity to see shit that y'all didn't get when y'all was our age. So it makes us think the sky is the limit.
Hmm.
So them seeing black women, black men be able to live, like they can see black men living their hair and their power, but for them to see black women embracing Afrocentric features or natural features and not trying to change and conform to be like somebody else, I feel like it's gonna make a difference.
Real shit. It definitely is, especially for the people under us. They don't know. Motherfuckers, we working hard for the next generations, okay?
Real
Y'all are
shit.
future. So we doing everything we can for y'all.
Hmm. How you feel about
Yes,
tonight's
friend.
live?
We did fucking amazing like always, bitch.
You know, we kill shit. That's what we do. We come through and we talk it out.
Sure.
We appreciate your transparency tonight.
Thank you.
Hmm. And as always, we'll be back next week, next Saturday, same time, same place. But y'all can catch us tomorrow morning on Self Love Gear with our self love segment.
Yes. Make sure y'all tune in to that one.
So it's been fun, and we'll be back next week. Right, Shay?
Period, poo.
All right, we out.
Peace out.